Lanch, one of the things that we talked about with Mearnsey there was grit. Obviously, 2 games that technically it's the same result. It's nowhere near the same game in the last 2 weeks. Just when you guys drive into that second quarter and you've got that deficit to fight back from, just what made you guys say, no, this isn't over?
Well, I mean, I think we're like fighting for each other, right? And at this point, we're very aware that every game really matters and that we don't have a lot of rope left. And yeah, we really got to find some sort of way to start faster. It just seems like a common theme right now. But I mean, you got to take some positives where you can. And like you said, like that's a hell of a 3 quarters or 45 minutes, whatever it is. But that's just not enough. Not enough in this league. So it's frustrating.
I'm going to stick on the positives for a minute here. That third quarter starts, and I think the epitome of that drive was that loose ball battle and you and Smitty creating that goal down there. Just I mean, for you, you're the 4th largest guy of 4 righties on that offense. Just what makes you feel like you got to be the guy to kind of drive those things and set that tone for someone?
I mean, I think it's just something I gotta work in my game a little more, and when you lose, you gotta take a look at yourself in the mirror and think that there's a lot more that I can give outside of putting up points. So just tried tonight to do a little more of that type of stuff and play with a little more grit and a little more energy. Try to round out my game a little more, fire up some of the boys. So that's all that is. But you're gonna see that from all of us every night.
When you guys got into that third quarter and into that fourth, this offense was at a different clip than it was in either of the last 2 games. Just where did that come from? Was it kind of the culmination of that belief, or was there something different in that third?
I think it's just momentum. We all rally around each other, and we all really love each other at the end of the day and play for each other. And when our backs are against the wall, I think we're fighting the hardest. So just got to find a way to not put ourselves in these terrible positions, and hopefully we could turn this around. But like I said, to bring out the positives, like we are showing grit. We are doing a lot of things really well. It's just we're not doing it for 60 minutes.
Can you take us through what happened there at the end of the game with the scuffle?
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I just get a little bit angry out there, and the score doesn't help, and just the way things have been going. But I don't know. I'll just say I think that guy was going at some of our O guys all game. Seemed to be taking liberties and extra shots, and then anytime Biker stepped on the floor, he didn't seem to want to be a tough guy. So I'm just gonna let him know that we're there and try to give him an extra shot.
Mearnsey's big thing when I talked to him at halftime was energy. Was that energy from him and the energy reciprocated from you guys one of the key parts of this? It felt like it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was. Me and Mearnsey had a good talk in Vegas about just showing more energy and at halftime. And I'm typically a guy that, whether things are going really well or really poorly, I kind of just sit quietly in the locker, and he challenged me to get up and start jumping around, and not typically what I do, but I did it, and I just think that he cultivated a little bit more from us, and I think it showed. We came out firing in the second half, and maybe that's just a small little thing that we need to continue to do.
I mean, he was practically bouncing off the walls in the best way when I talked to him at halftime. I mean, what is that like in the locker room? Yeah,
I mean, he's got a very, very unique energy. It's hard to match his his personality. He's just firing all the time. So that's infectious. I think for all of us, and I think that when we're down and not playing, although it was a good second quarter, we weren't playing our greatest lacrosse in the first half. I think that's just maybe a little thing just to get us going a little bit. Get up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and bring some more energy.
You've had 2 games now with Blaze Reardon. What has he brought to the offense?
Yeah, I mean, he's a leader first and foremost. He's got a really good voice out there. When things are not going well or going well, he seems to be a guy that's always speaking and does a really good job for us. And big body, really soft hands, can put the ball in the back of the net, can create space for himself and other guys. He's a vet, and like I said, I think he's a really, really great leader.
we saw a lot of times tonight, a lot of you offensive guys transitioning back to defense, staying on the floor maybe a little bit longer defensively than you had before. Was that something that Mearnsey wanted you guys to do, or is it just a game flow type of situation?
I think sometimes it just happens. I think we haven't been great getting off the floor over the last handful of games, and I think maybe teams are just starting to take off a little earlier and try and push. So we just have to get back, and if you get stuck, you get stuck. And but I think teams might have just noticed the last couple of games that we're maybe not giving 100% effort getting off the floor, and that's something we have to dig deep and fix, because we can't spot teams with transition goals and stuff like that.